That's it. I'm going to give them time to train. Please give them a hand.
So my name is Fu. We're going to break it into 3 parts. I'm going to do the mindset. Jordan going to do the presentation. And Lawrence, who have BPC 20 and just whooping everybody, is going to show us how to close. So master one-page presentation. I would like to recruit. Okay. So why recruit? There was a homework about 2-3 weeks ago. So why recruit? It's audience participation. So Rajani, why recruit? Okay. Anthony.
To build your business.
Build your business. Lavon.
There's more people out there that need help, and the market share is not expanding quick enough. I mean, we have a big market share to cover.
Okay. Anybody else? Why recruit? Open new market. Okay. Why recruit?
Financial education.
Okay. So why recruit? The recruit is about 9% why and maybe 10% how. So if you want to go recruit people, know your why, and if your why is big enough, the how take care of itself. So why we recruit, our missions is no family left behind. Right? So for me, the reason why I recruit is because that happened too often, and I want to change it. Just like somebody said, financial education. Nobody taught me how to take care of the finance, so I go learn by myself, Google, read books. I made 8 figures in investment and went to 0 because nobody taught me the impact of emotions. I knew math, but I didn't know emotions. So the reason why we bring family in is so stuff like that happened to me won't happen to other people. What else? I took care of my daughter, right? Learned how to save when I was young, put money away, did pretty good until I learned what Penny did and what she did with her daughter when she was very young. And the difference is Penny have access to over 200 financial company, top-rated financial company. She have access to very good product, and also she have access to all the experience of everybody around here. I have access to Charles Schwab, and what they gave me was a thick booklet. Good luck reading it, no other experience. So comparing, my daughter's 16, her daughter's 17, and she shared a couple weeks ago what her account looked like. Mine is like that much compared to her. So why recruit? Because we want no family left behind. That's our mission. Our vision is we want to be the best business opportunity. Right? We want to grow and make money. For me, about a decade ago, I was recruited to professional bowling. I got pretty good at it. To brag, in the 3-game series, I shot 879. That means I was perfect except for 1 frame out of 36. So very good. Except Kevin Lin, who got recruited to WFG about a decade ago, his income is way higher than what my income as a professional bowler is because he got recruited into the best business opportunity, and professional bowling isn't very good. Right? And what else? By best business opportunity is we're allowed to recruit into different market. I'm 48, but I recruit somebody who's 24, so she opened up her millennial market to me, right? And that's how we're able to expand our business. Is one of the answer. Okay, so the key point is when you recruit, you want to frame your vision. There's a 4th thing to help people recruit. When you close, the way you close people is that if you tell them something that they want to believe to be true, and they see a vision of what they desire to be true, you close them. Right? So it's all about pre-framing. So of the how, most of the technique, the art, is learning how to pre-frame. And the way you learn how to pre-frame is you be interested in them. You give them your full attention, and you don't talk about yourself that much, right? Your goal is not to be interesting. Your goal is not to talk about yourself. It's to learn about them. Give them your full attention. We have 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 mouth, using that proportion. Right? Just listen 20% of the time, listen 40% of the time, observe, because your goal is to get into their world, understand them, and help them achieve what they want. share your dream, sell their dream, right? Because really, if they want to move, it's because they want to move, not because what you said. And ABC, always be closing. Okay, you always want to close. Anytime you have, the goal of the presentation is not to do the presentation. The goal of the presentation is to close them, to recruit, bring them in. So here's just an example of what a pre-framing is. So when you sit down with somebody, you ask them about themselves, pretty straightforward. Ask them about their family, occupation, recreation, what you do. So this is an example of Alex. I met him last week. Tell me about yourself. What do you do? What do you work for? He's 23-year-old. He's got a 3-year-old daughter. His baby is due in 3 weeks. He operated a bowling pro shop, which he'd been doing for the past 7 years. Since he was 16. He'd been bowling since he was 3, but there's no money in professional bowling, right? So we know that. And you would like to get sponsored by a ball company because you can make some money. So you get to know them, you talk to them, and when I listen, right, I can relate to him because I was a professional bowler. He wanted to be a professional bowler, but there's no money there. And I was young, with kids, same here. Then you ask them about their dream, their vision. Tell me about yourself. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Where do you see your life? What do you want? And listen to him. For Alex, he wanted to have time and money to spoil his girlfriend and his kid. He wanted me to send them to a great school. He didn't get to go to college. He worked straight out of high school. He wanted to own a house. He lived out in Modesto, and it's expensive in California. So that's his dream is. He wished school did a better job of teaching life skill, how money work, because he's struggling. He's 23, he never see everybody around him is all struggling. Now, he know many people like Lad and Corey who wish it was the same thing, right? Somebody to teach them how to learn and how money work. His best friends is trying to do something different, to learning how to study to be a stockbroker. And the person who supported him, his mentor, Jimmy, he owned the bowling alleys, I would support him. So when you ask all this question, you get into their world, and you can also help you with the lead-in, right? So part of our business expansion, he would have gave you about 4 or 5 people that he can share this business with already. And then ask him about the fear, what came up at night. For him, his girlfriend complained he worked too hard, 100 hours a week. You never see him, right? He have a 3-year-old daughter and baby coming on. He wants to provide for his family, so he's stuck. Now, how do I take care of my family and still spend time with my family? Now, what I do, I work 100 hours, I have no time. He wants to do something bigger and better, but he can't risk losing his pro shop. Work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, not a lot of time to do anything. And his hope is to be sponsored by a ball company, because when you get sponsored by a ball company, you make about $80,000 on retainer plus whatever commission you get. So it's decent money, but you have to travel all the time. So this is before you do the meeting, you gather information, right? You listen to them, you find out what their dreams are, you find out what their nightmares are. So how do you close them? How will you sell them? This is artist participation. How do you sell his dream? What was his dream?
Wants for his girlfriend, wants to provide for his daughter, and wants
Time freedom, okay? Good. Anybody else? Okay. So the way I closed them was exactly that. I told him, you told me that you want to spoil your girlfriend and your kids. You'll do anything, right? Yes. I'll do anything as long as it's legal and ethical, I'll do anything. But what is his nightmare? How do you solve his nightmare? But that's, okay. So what was his nightmare?
he works a lot.
He worked a lot.
Hours, and his girlfriend complains about it.
Yep. Right. So when you pre-frame and you paint a picture of what he believed to be true, and you show him a way that he desired to be true, he will sign up. So what I asked him was, if I could show you that what his problem is not a problem, would he be ready to sign up? If I could show you how you're working 100 hours a week, not having way out, if I could show you how to solve that, are you ready to go, get started? Right? He said, of course, he wanted to take care of his girlfriend and his kids. And the solution to that's pretty easy. We do referral-based. We work with a big team. Why you refer people to us? You already know 4 people, maybe more. We refer them to us. We take care of them. And as you make money, you use the money to buy back the time. You make extra 1,000. then you take off a day of work so you can learn it somewhere. So for him, that's something he knows to be true already, because as a pro shop operator, he meets people everywhere. He talks to everybody. He travel up to Sacramento, Reno in pro shops. So for him, referring people is easy. So he knows that to be true. And what he desires is a way out. Now, how do I work 100 hours a week and get a way out? And by doing the referral and working with us, he found a way out. So that's what he desired, so he closed. That's how it worked. So I'm going to bring up Joanne and Lawrence.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I don't need them. Not right now. All right. How's everyone doing? Awesome. So who here feels like they're very confident? Sorry. Thank you. Yes. Can you guys hear me? I'm not shouting, am I? Okay. So who here feels very confident in recruiting? Like they feel good to go out there? Okay. So not quite half yet, about maybe 30%, right? Maybe some of you guys are really new in the business, right? And haven't, felt like they feel equipped to go out there and field train, that's okay. That's why we're here. So today is all about recruiting. And one of the reasons I recruit is when you think about it, like, hey, if Facebook recruits and Google's recruiting, this is my business. I'm going to recruit, right? Because this is your business. So when I sit down, whether if it's in a field training appointment or if it's my own appointment, I sell the dream right away. So when we're all sitting down together and I'm being edified and then it's time for me to start, I tell them, so what we try to do as a company is to help them become financially independent. Now that's a really big word. And I tell them, now that's a really big word, and they agree. So, and I say, if someone were to tell you, throw financial independence, that word out at you, what would you think it is? What would you think it is when I ask that. Anyone have any ideas? Any? What do you guys think it is? Time freedom, right? Sometimes I get, oh, we don't have to worry about income. You don't have to worry about income, like that's financial independence. I was like, right, exactly. So in order to give my prospect a visual, I paint the dream right away. I say financial independence to me is when I walk into any car dealership, I walk into the mall, I walk into anywhere, and that price tag is not going to dictate my choices if I can buy that or not. Because if that price tag is telling me, yes, I can buy it, or no, I cannot buy it, that's not independence. That's not freedom. That's not being free. Am I right? And they agree. Just like you guys all just agreed, right? So you paint the dream right away. Who doesn't like that dream? When you walk into a car dealership, when you walk into the mall, you walk into any store, and you can just buy whatever you want without telling the price, without letting the price tag tell you if you can buy it or not. You paint the dream right away. And that's even before I open up to this page. So I tell them that before I open up my binder, okay? And when I open up my binder, I'm going to show them just to give them a visual so they can follow along with their eyes. And I tell them exactly what I'm doing. Let me open up my binder so I can show you so you can follow along with the visual, right? So I open it up to this page and I cover this up with my cell phone. And I cover it up, this whole part. My cell phone covers it. It's a Plus, iPhone 6 Plus, right? So I can cover the whole thing, okay? So I show them that. So our company, which one's the pointer? This one? This one? Oh, okay. So I tell them what we try to help families do is become financially independent. But right now, America has a problem. We all know how to make money. We all know how to make money. But the problem is, right when we get paid, half of our money is gone right away. It goes into our living expenses, the food on your table, the clothes on your back, the gas in your car. Half of it is gone right away. The other half goes into paying off debt. America loves debt. Right when we graduate from high school and we go into college, you see the tables line up. Credit Union, Credit One, Wells Fargo, they're all lining up to sell you a credit card. They want you to open it up, right? They want you to borrow money from them to go buy your laptop. They want you to borrow money to go buy your clothes, right? When we get a little bit older, we borrow money when we buy a car. We borrow money when we buy a house. America is in a cycle, and we always paying debt. Right when our paycheck gets paid, so 50% goes into your living expenses, and 25% you're just paying debt, and the other 25% you're paying so much tax you don't even know. You know, and I go into telling them about taxes. Like, you know, when you get paid, your paycheck's already getting deducted if they're a W-2, right? You're paying income tax right away. You don't even realize that 25% is going into tax. You're paying income tax. And then when you go out and you buy anything at the store, you're paying sales tax, right? And then when you get a little bit older, if they don't have like a house yet, I tell them when you buy a house, you have to pay property tax. Any investments that you have, any investments that you gain on, you have to pay capital gains tax. Did you know even when you pass away, you have to pay estate tax? And then most of the time, I would get like 60% would say no on that, like, oh wow, I didn't know that, right? So I say, so this is our problem right now. We want to help families. We want to help families become financially independent, but right now, this is how America's working. How can you save any money? Everyone knows how to make money, but we don't know how to make money work for us. Did you know that you can make your money work for you too? You don't always have to go out and I ask them, especially if they're in sales, I say, how long do you want to hustle for? How long, it's like a car dealership salesman or any of those guys, like how long do you want to hustle for? Well, you know how to make money. How long do you want to do that for? Because the second you stop selling cars, the money's not going to come in, right? So what we try to do as our company, in order to help families get to financial independence, we try to help them cut down on taxes. And I do that with my pen or whatever I have, right? And then I would say we try to teach people how to reduce debt, right? And maybe if you're put into the right environment, you can reduce your living expenses too. But in order to do that, in order to reduce your tax and reduce your debt, don't you think that you need some sort of education? Someone needs to tell you, so you need to learn it, right? And then I moved my cell phone over one. I was like, one pillar into becoming financially independent is financial education, and that's what we're here to provide, right? And I say we have classroom training, we have one-on-one sessions, and we have some public events for people to come attend. And then I go on in the classroom training, I say we're partnered up with the best attorneys in Northern California to come teach you about estate tax. Remember the tax that when you die, you get taxed? We have a lawyer come partner up with us to teach you about that. You can come learn about it. She teaches it for free. And I say, well, it's basically free. It's a $100 membership. You never have to pay this $100 again. And I don't even make money off of your $100. I just want you to come in and learn about this so you don't lose out in the future, right? So, and then if they have kids, I talk about Sally. We have college planners. We partner up with the best college planners here. You know how much college planners and attorneys charge per session, right? It's a lot. But you can come in here as a member and you can learn about these things. We want to teach you. Do you have a 401k? Yes? I want to teach you about how do you use it? How can you borrow it out? Right? We have all of those classes here for you. Right? But let's say that you come in and you learn. You learn everything, you know what you want, right? And then I move my cell phone over again one time and I say, let's say that there's some sort of investment, college training, there's some sort of life insurance that you want to buy. There's different people here with different licenses that can help you get connected to what you want. So let's say you know what you're educated, you know what you want, you know what you need, you know how to make your money work for you to get to financial independence, but now the problem ends up being whatever you want to help make your money grow, you need to start funding it. So then the problem ends up being, where does the money going to come from? You need to start funding what you want, right? But now there's no room to save. And then I move my phone over. So here we also there's a way to make income here, right? There's active income and there's passive income, right? We all know, and I ask them, do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between active income and passive income, right? And if they say no, then I'll go into it more. Active income is when you're actively going out there, you're doing something, you're trading your time for money. Everyone knows how to find active income, right? That's all of these people going out there making money. But what about passive income? And I go back to it. How long do you want to hustle for? Do you want to hustle for all 40 years? Or do you just want to hustle for the first 10 or first 20? So the next 20 years, it's a lot easier, right? That's because you built something that has passive income. And if you join, whether you want to do this, or this, you just come in and learn. And so I tell them the next step is you join, and then I have to see you multiple times, especially if they want to do the income. Like if they tell me, if their eyes light up when I talk about income, then I say, your next step is to join today. I want to see you again tomorrow. Okay, does that sound good? And they say yes. I was like, great, the application is 5 minutes on my phone. And open the link and I send it over to them. And that's it. Okay. So now we have Lawrence. We're gonna put it all in action. So Lawrence is gonna be the trainer. Fu will be the trainee. I will be the prospect. So you guys can watch it all happen, and then maybe after we can do like Q&A or something after that. Right?
So good evening, everyone. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Lawrence. So I came from a nursing background, and I don't know how to recruit at the beginning, but I love this presentation because since I use this presentation, I have a lot of recruits. Because it's so simple. So I really love and sometimes I can connect with the person because it's only one page. It's very simple, and so it's straight to the point. What we do, it's like education, provide financial solution, and extra income. Okay, so okay.
We're knocking on the door. All right, this is gonna come. Knock, knock.
Okay. Hey, Fu, how are you?
Hi, Joanne.
Good to
How
see
are
you
you?
again.
Good to see you. I'd like to introduce Lawrence.
Hi, Lawrence.
Lawrence,
Come
this
on
is
in.
Joanne.
Come on in.
Oh,
Come on in.
Thank you.
All right. So what's going on, Fu?
Whoa.
Okay.
Good to step over here. Lawrence, Joanne is my coworker. I talked to her, and she says she's interested in learning more about financial education and also look for a way to make more money. But she has some concern. She's afraid this might be like one of those M&L thing where you recruit her in, and then she's gets sucked into buying lots of stuff she don't want to buy. And she also, even though she likes to make money, she doesn't know how to be able to make money. She doesn't know how to be able to reach more people. Okay. Joanne, this is Lawrence. He used to be,
Hello.
he's one of our senior partners. He's one of the fastest growing business in our group. Out of 100,000 people, he's about the top 10.
Wow.
He used to be,
Thank you.
he is.
Wow, that's
Top 10 after me. And he used to be a nurse, but he also come with a really good background. His mom, his family just own many businesses. Like they own Provisional Bank, they own a franchise. So he have very good business background.
Wow.
Not only that, he's a nurse, and like most nurses, and know it's typical, you feel like family around him. Like his sister, Princess, you meet them and it's just like one big family. So I trust him with everything, and I trust him enough that my friends, I would introduce him to him. So you're lucky that he takes some time to come and talk to you about what you like to do.
all right. Thanks for the nice introduction. Fu, he's very passionate of what we do. So he loves to share the information because I really believe also that this information. So is it okay if we could share what my background is and how I get started in the business?
Sure.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm a nurse. As a nurse, we make good income, but with finances, we don't know we don't know anything about financial concept. So when I came across with this company, my sister is the one that invited me in the business, and at the beginning, I just want to learn, and as I learn, I become passionate about sharing this information. Is it okay if we share you what we do?
Yeah.
Okay. So and I open this one-page presentation, and then I usually ask, hi, Joanne. Most of us, like all of us, we make money. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So where does our money goes usually? So I usually cover this part, okay?
Okay.
So you can guess where our money usually goes. For example, we work and then we make money, and then where does our money goes usually?
It goes to paying the bills.
Oh yeah.
Rent and the
Mhm.
bills, yeah.
So 50% of our money goes to our living expenses. That's right. Bills like rent, groceries, food.
Yeah.
Those are the living expense. And the 25% goes to our debt. Like credit card debts, personal loan, student loans. So it goes to our debt. And the other 25%, we don't even notice that it goes to our taxes. So 25. When you look at your W-2, you'll see that you 25% goes to taxes. Okay. So here our goal is to become financially independent. Is that the reason why you're working? Is to become at some point of time to become financially independent, right?
What is financial independence?
So what is your definition of financial independence?
Well, I guess it would be like to be rich.
To be rich. So money, right? Money.
Yeah.
Okay. And and also, and also time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we need money and time, both, right? So sometimes we work hard. We have all the money that we have, especially here in Silicon Valley. We work hard, but we don't have time, right?
Right.
And then sometimes we have all the time that we have, but we don't have money to spend.
Yes.
Right? Is that correct? So
This is
so all we need to become financially independent. We need both. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So here in our company, World Financial Group, Transamerica Financial Advisor, we believe in 3 pillars to become financially independent. The first one is you need to learn how to become financially independent by educating yourself about financial concept. Do you agree?
Yes.
Like how money works, right?
Yeah.
So here in our company, so we provide financial education, okay? So we have classroom training and we do one-on-one, okay? So we teach people about rate of return, how to reduce your taxes, and how to manage your risk, okay? And then of course, the second one is sometimes knowledge is power. Do you agree? But sometimes if you don't apply it, it's useless. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So here we provide the solution, which is, we have, life insurance, investment, we have tax strategies and all those things, okay? So think it this way, like we're like Home Depot. Have you been to Home Depot?
Yeah.
Okay? So Home Depot, they have like seminars, right? Seminars about how to,
Right. Yeah.
renovate your
garden.
bathroom, your painting, and those kind of stuff. So we're pretty much the same thing too. What we do is, they educate them to do those things, and then once they're ready to improve their house, where do they usually get their materials? Home Depot, right? Home Depot. So we're pretty much the same thing too. So here we want you to get educated, and then if you're, if you're educated, so you can be more, you become an educated consumer.
Yeah.
So for me too, when somebody shared this information, no idea about the products and services, but nobody provided me the education. Yeah. Do you think other broker dealer like Merrill Lynch, other financial advisor, do they provide education?
Probably not to the point where I can understand it.
That's right. That's right. So all they care is if you have money in the bank, that's how they approach you and maybe teach you some financial concept. Okay? That's why here we believe that so we need financial education and we need a solution how to get there. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
So the next one is, so here we offer also the business opportunity. Like, sometimes you have the solution, but you don't have the money to fund it, right? So here we offer income, extra income. Me, I don't have any business background. I was a nurse before. I don't have any business background. I don't have financial education background. But here at the beginning, I just want to learn, and I provide, and then I just sharing. So that's how I started the business. I joined, and then I love the solution that they provided me, and now I'm sharing the information, and I didn't know that I'm doing the business already. So that's how I get started. So here, and of course, another thing is if it can reduce your taxes also. That could lower down your taxes because having a 1099 can reduce also your taxes. So that could, the best rate of return is to reduce your taxes. Do you agree? Right?
Yes.
So here we have 2 kinds of income. The first one is active income. Do you know what active income is? Like, we exchange money for time, right? So for me, I work for 12 hours shift as a nurse, and then I work for 12 hours and then I get paid, right? So there's also another way to earn income. It's called passive income. Like passive income is you don't work for the money and the money just coming in, right? So here we show you also how to do that also in our business platform, okay? So when I close, I told them, like, here in our company, it's only $100 you can access all of this, yeah? So, and I share my experience because, before I learned how to trade stocks and I spent thousands of dollars just to learn about financial concept. But and I lost a lot of money too because of the emotion, like what Fu mentioned earlier. So I always like to hear it's only for $100 and you learn all of this for only $100. So, and I asked them, like, do you have a gym membership, okay, or a Costco membership?
Yeah, both.
And how much is your Costco and gym membership?
Costco is $100 every year.
Mhm.
My gym is $20 a month.
So here in our only $100, you have unlimited lifetime learning. Okay? So for only $100, and then of course if you like what we do, you can also do the business also at the same time. Okay?
So I never have to pay this $100 again?
No, just only one time.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So let's sign up.
Okay. Do you do
All
this,
right.
Phil?
That's
Do you
too
do this? Do you?
That's too fast. We don't yet.
Okay?
You do this, right, Phil? Okay, then if you do it, I'll do it.
Okay, good. Okay, let's sign up. Okay? Yeah, okay. And so whenever closing, I mean, the recruit is the key, the trainee is the key to help us with the closing, right? So sometimes no matter how good the presentation is, if the trainee will not help, you know, it's more difficult to close. So so of course, this is the closing the recruit. So if you have a trainee with you, sometimes I pre-framed, you know, I tell them like what their role is, so can help me also with the closing. Okay, so you can ask the prospect to come and learn, and earn with us to do the business and also to learn at the same time, and you know, and then trainee can jump in. You know, I didn't let you jump in.
She closed too fast.
Okay.
But what I could have done was, let's say she was hesitating. I said, Joanne, we worked together for almost 5 years. You know me pretty well. And just like, you know, it's $100 like a Costco membership, but I only paid one time. And I learned a lot, and I never one time felt like I was forced to buy anything. Right? Anything that I ever got, because I feel it was great for me. Just like when I went to Costco, I never had to buy anything, but because I like this big tub of whatever it is, I bought it. This is what this is, right?
Okay.
This is what this is like. So
Okay.
let's get started.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, let the trainee do the you know, AMA fill out.
Get out. So, which card do you want?
Oh, like my credit card?
Yeah.
Oh, Visa?
Okay.
Okay. And also, of course, set the follow-up appointment to meet within the 24 to 72 hours, because, you know, you don't leave an appointment without setting another appointment, you know, for a fast start or a sales appointment,
Yeah.
right? Okay, for a PFS, okay?
Yep.
And start the building process with the new teammate, you know? Okay? So that's the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay.
No question?
Yes.
You do the same thing for good market. So I already pretty much said, how do you sell the gym? Based on that one thing. Do you ever use that one presentation?
If it's a high market?
So I make a lot of money.
Well, not making a lot of money, let's say $150,000.
That's not good.
I mean, to them it's good. I mean, we here, we don't see it, but people say, I make $150,000. But why you also make $150,000? How?
You can tell them that it will help you reduce your taxes, and of course financial education, you know, it's about the value, you know, even though you make good income, everyone still needs the financial education, I believe. Yeah.
And also, I think it's a mindset too. When you have people who make 150,000 in California, they're actually very poor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you don't say, oh, you're poor. You don't say this kind of stuff, right? But it's your mindset, because when they make 150,000, and then usually they have a home of $1 million, that you know that they're stretching themselves very, very much. So that then you go in that your mindset is more important. You know that you're going to help that. Number one, that they want to make passive income, right? Because the minute they lost a job, they lost a job, right? So and also that the taxes actually, you are in 150 or 200,000, you pay a lot of tax, right? And also that their kids may go to school. So that is a lot of key thing for them to learn. So I think that you should, number one is your mindset. If you think that good market, I cannot use it. My market, they make about 300,000-400,000 a year that I use one page or so, right? So it's not about, it's a trainer mindset. So for people actually, when you can talk about, then when you go in, I like your process actually very, very good, because you say that I will see you I don't see you one time, I see you a couple of times. So that they start learning, they are not going just to come in and learn, then they disappear. I want to see you. So when you make appointment, she do a lot of pre-framing. And also you say, I need to come in, I need to see you in the office. So they will come into the office. So when you recruit them, just recruit them at the home or whatever. If they, you know that if they never come to the office, they will never make it in this business. Right? Yeah. Is that helpful? Right? I think taxes and whatever, right?
Yes, Ed.
So I'm a little confused. I love this, by the way. Thank you, Penny. I saw this presentation the day the first time, and I love the simplicity of it. So, but we all, those who've been in the business long time have the binder, right? Who are we? What do we do? Rule 72, the value of time and money, yada, 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 yada.
That is a sales presentation.
Uh,
That is a sales presentation.
So,
We have 4 pages, usually we have 4 pages. Recruiting, the rules of it is a sales presentation.
yeah, but sometimes, Penny, we don't know when we're going into that meeting with them, whether this is gonna be a sales presentation,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a sales, or a recruiting presentation, right? So my question is, do you just assume right out of the bat, you just go into this when you don't know in that scenario what type of presentation it's going to be? And then some point make a shift if you want to go into the sales? How do you decide that?
The trainee set it up. The trainee would tell you. Right? Just like with this scenario, she was my coworker, and she wanted to learn more about financial education, and she wanted to learn how to make extra money. Right? So I already set that. It's already been pre-framed, so when you come in, you know what you want. If she was interested more in about learning about life insurance or active management, she would tell us that.
What if she didn't know? What if it's cold?
On the total cold market, I do the one page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold market's easy. Just do one page, sign up, and then come learn more.
Don't waste any time, just
One page.
no
Yeah.
people chase you, they're gonna come, they'll learn it.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, if the trainee isn't even sure like which direction to take, I always go recruiting, recruit. Like that's the first thing I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because after that, you can do the sales after. You can protect them next appointment. Yeah.
But for example, today that Yim, one of the referrer came in, she wanted to buy life insurance, right? She came in, and then she wanted to buy life insurance. She said, my husband have one policy right now. I want to buy another policy. So I said, I don't sell to new customer anymore. So I let Sam sit down with me, but I do a presentation. Then I say that, so that then when I start, then I talk about life insurance, right? Because she wanted life insurance, so I go straight to life insurance. I said, do you know what kind of life insurance you want? And then she said, I want to know what option. I think Indian market is very easy. Once they have referral, where's a twin, right? It's very easy. They say, I want life insurance. So right? You say, I want to know what kind of option you have, right? Then I just talk about, term, whole life, whatever. Then I explain the whole life, Then I explain, after I explain, and then I go to, of course, you go to the IUL, it's a bit easier. Go to IUL, and then I don't even do the illustration. But then I say that, then we run the illustration. Then I say that, you know what? Then if husband's not here, it's very hard to close when the husband's not here anyway, right? She said that, give me a code. Then she take a picture of the code. I give it to her. Then I'm not going to let her go home. You know what I'm saying? And I said that, this is did I ever try to tell you about my business? Right? How come me and Dim doesn't recruit you when we talked to you 5 years ago? He said, yeah, I don't know that you get, yeah. But for me, I always try to recruit, right? So that I get used one pages. Then I start talking about this. Then I start showing the classes, right? I start showing the classes. So it becomes very easy. Right? And then today she cannot come in, but Saturday she's coming to attend the classes right now. Right? Then when they attend the classes, they will buy a policy anyway. And the policy is very solid. So for the 4 pages, usually the recruiting, right now I use this 1 pages because it's simple, right? But I like the 4 pages recruiting. I like the box like come in and learn, and then part-time. So I use that a lot for a business owner. I say this is my business model. Nobody in the industry right now give you a chance to come and learn, right, before you buy. And no industry right now can let you come in and do a part-time, right? And no quota. And we have that. This is why we are very different, because we have different marketing strategy, because we believe in bringing value to people. Like, for example, you joined today, right? So that she will know exactly what kind of stuff that she's buying, because it's very transparent, it's very congruent of what we say. So then I said that you know that any business owner, It's not about product you're selling. It's what kind of distribution, what kind of marketing strategy that you get into the marketplace. And for me, for the next 10 years or 20 years, you cannot sell product because that your product is good. You got to bring value to people first before you can sell them, like Google and Facebook. And you talk about this, and then a lot of business owners, they love it because they understand. They understand nobody though. Like even sometimes they like for example, I recruit somebody for Viviana, right? She does a 401k like HR, like you have to go to HR, then they do a worker comp. She's here. Oh, Daisy is here, right? So when I talk to her, I say that, Daisy, if I were you, right, you know how do you get a customer? I say that, Daisy, you need to, talk one-on-one or whatever, it's not good. You should bring them in at a seminar. You should tell them, you should do a presentation. You do not want to tell them that, come to me and let me become your HR, right? You want to show them, if they don't have HR, right, then you know that when people sue you, the employees sue you, you can get sued a lot. So that then you educate the business owner about why they need to have an HR or why they need to have people who take care of their is it personnel, right? All the rule and compliance, right? I told her, say, you need to talk about story. Like for example, one of our friend who owned a restaurant, who actually owned 4 Malaysian restaurants, right? So that then because the restaurant very busy, so that he hire people, doesn't pay overtime, right? And then sometimes they come in, they pay cash, right? And then so one person going to the INS, not INS, INS, the ICE, you know, the immigration, say right now that they hire people illegal, right? And then when they start interview all these employee, then they have one employee who actually illegal. He said that if you tell me exactly what happened, you will not get deported. Oh my God, the whole thing blow out proportion. Number 1, you pay cash. Number 2, you're not staying compliant. It's overtime. Number 3, you hire illegal immigrant. The whole 4 restaurants shut down and file bankruptcy. Just because he want to save. And I said, Desi, you need to do that. I'm going to do that for our business owner. They got to understand, when the minute you have a 3-4 employee, like in the old restaurant I have right now, you cannot, I told my brother, you can never pay people cash. You just need to have one person, then you're in trouble. Right? So it's education. So this is why that you join, I think. Right? Because this is why that she joined. I show her the business model. I show her exactly how our business model works. Congratulations, you're here.
Question, Wesley?
Yeah, when I'm doing this one-page presentation, is this before the BPM, after the BPM, or does it take the place of the BPM?
So this is a recruiting presentation. So when you go out on a recruiting, it's a one-on-one, right? So even after, let's say that I brought them as a guest and they sat in the BPM room, right? In the BPM, they don't see this, right? But after BPM, after you sign them up, you have to schedule an appointment right away to see them either the next day or the day after that. So on that day, I will use this. I will open it up and say, you know, I just summarize what we do and I point out. So today, I'm going to give you a little bit of education and then show you some tools. And then I go into the sales presentation. Yeah. Or if I'm doing 5 ways of making money, then today I'm going to show you a little bit more about this. And then next time we'll go over these 2 buckets. So just before I start any appointment, I'll open this up to refresh their memory on what they learned. Yeah. Yes.
I invited my neighbors to come on Saturday, and I didn't do any of this. I didn't mention the $100 membership or anything. Should I, or will you tell them that when they get here?
Invitation.
If they go to the other BBM.
Yeah, I don't need that.
So, you want to answer?
So, offer a public seminar?
No, she
Like,
invited.
she invited-
On Saturday and she didn't show them.
Whatever you call it, the 101.
BPM?
BPM.
Oh, okay.
No, I invited them
To come to the,
Yeah.
on Saturday, right here at 10. They're new, don't know anything.
Yes.
So
So,
they would go in the other
yeah.
room, right?
Yeah, they
Yes,
would go in the
yes.
other room. So I think,
Will the $100 be mentioned
presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, do I need to call them though and talk about any of this?
No. So it's two completely different things. You recruit either one-on-one using this, or you can bring them here and let them be recruited while you're here learning. Yeah, so it's either or. You don't do both. Yeah.
In the first slide, like you have a pie chart, like where you mentioned like 50% is living expense, 25% is debt, and 30% tax, which is little bit snaky because you are saying like nobody is saving anything out of their 100% saving.
That's a good
Or,
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The question
There
is
is.
actually, because it's not everybody spend all their money. It's not everybody spend the 50% into the living expense, 25% to the debt, 25%. Let's say you go to the culture that they save money, right? Then you say that, like for us, that actually that we don't spend all this money, but still we pay a lot of tax, right? So that, but if you know how to save tax, you can have more money. So you preframe this, right? But people, regular people, they actually paycheck by paycheck because of this, right? You preframe it,
Yeah.
right?
So usually I tell them like it's not all of them. Like most of the people are making money, but most of their money goes to this yeah. Like earlier, I came from an appointment. I thought like, oh, he can save making $150,000, and then negative, paycheck to paycheck, a lot of debt. So you cannot really, because I came from a good income. If you work 2 jobs as a nurse, you can make but even though when I go one-on-one with them, so they need help. They're not educated with finance. Yeah.
Especially the people who can save money, maybe that because, but their tax is not 25%. The tax actually about 30% or 33%. Then you can say that, right? You can say that we can cut the tax. So if you know that you go to market that they do save money, right? Then I usually preframe. I say that regular people do that, right? So we are in a culture that we don't spend all our money, but still we pay too much tax, right?
Penny, I just want to add, I've been using a couple policy reviews lately. It works great in a policy review. 2 of those people who I reviewed the policies, when I showed them this, they said, hey, I want to come back and start learning, possibly do this business. So when you're doing any contact with people that you already know, this is a great little presentation to show them.
Especially, let's say, for example, if you're just going out and have lunch, right? You can do a napkin presentation. You can just draw on the napkin, right? As you go to some of the restaurants, they have paper on the paper cover. You just draw, right?
Regina?
If it's the cold market, do you ever, if it's like the first encounter, do you use that recruiting presentation?
I do.
I usually, cold market, I like to get to know them first a little bit. So, because that's not, you do, tell them how.
No, because I'm not going to see them again. Like, if it's a co-market, I'm not going to see them again. So I just do like a napkin presentations, and if they want to learn more, then I invite them to the office. So I don't recruit them.
Let's say if you meet me, right? Let's say I'm in a Costco right now, and you say hi to me, right? Hello, hi, right? Then right there, then how do you, is that your question is? Right, like we are standing, then you cannot do a presentation by phone if it's right. Am I right? So how do you do that?
Well, we can talk about it without writing it down.
Yes, yes.
Part of would be,
Yes, yes.
like I'm staying with her, and I ask, are you keeping an option open?
Yeah.
She'd say yes. Many times they would say, tell me more. Illustrate number, but sometimes they say, tell me more. It's like, great, if you have 2 minutes, I'm going to tell you more. And what we do with financial education, most people live paycheck by paycheck, the 3-pillar, etc.
Yes.
And it just sounds like something that you want to go forward with.
Yes.
She say, yes,
That's
so
good.
great, come into the office, you can meet the senior partner and see how we operate.
That's good, very good. I learned something from you, Pooh.
Yeah.
That's good. Darcy.
What do you suggest if you have a one-on-one with someone and they seem really interested, but they don't want to pay the $100 right then and there?
Why they're afraid of paying $100?
Well, that's just, occasionally that's what happens is some people don't want to give you money right then and there for something, and maybe they want to think about it, or maybe they'd rather come to the office another time, or
they still want to mull it over. I mean, what do you suggest?
So I
Max?
set up another appointment to give, maybe we'll do the financial concept. Yeah, so we'll set up another appointment. If we, of course we don't want to be too pushy to, to recruit them if they're not ready. If they give you a lot of objection.
So for me, it's okay. It's okay if they don't want to, they're hesitant like that. So closing, you don't have to close with the result right away. For me, I always tell myself I can close in one of three ways. Either I close them on the spot and they pay, or I close them with an invitation to the BPM. They confirmed a guest. Or I close them with another appointment. But either way, I will close. One of three ways. I will see that person again. Yeah, so it's okay.
As long as you have another meeting, you close it. As long as you keep meeting, then that's a
All
close.
young people, come on. Right? They are very good in, very good. So I stand here so I feel younger. You can answer some of the question also, right?
I just came for an appointment, last weekend? So she was hesitating to give me $100, like the credit card, right? So I did all the presentation, then she really likes the information. But like when I asked her, so how do you want to proceed? So it's her decision. Then she was giving me all the reason, right? So, and I keep asking, so I know it's not a yes for me, right? So I always believe that closing, you take C and let on the word close, you lose. Right? So I always have to close. So I asked her one question. Is there any other question? She said, now she's like telling me like, hey, I have to move. I have to find a place. Right? I have to find a place. I need to look for a house. Oh, that's great. So I understand that you have a lot of things to do. But would it make sense for you to give me your credit card right now? We can check this off your list. Because the moment I leave this house, you'll forget whatever I say. So how do you want to proceed?
What did you say?
She said, yes, you give me your credit card.
That's a good one.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so always be the closing. Because I always believe that it's either they close you or you close them. So which side do you want to pick? And I have like a team member with me, and she was very good. She actually cried during the presentation. Because she said that she was very thankful because sometimes we really push people for the right reason, right? So I push people. I can be really pushy, right? But some people mistaken my being too pushy with my confidence and belief that this business would really change their life, right? For me, this opportunity is very, very golden. If I don't share it to people, if I don't close them, I'm being selfish because I'm thinking about myself. So.
Can't leave. Gary, have a question?
You have 5 more minutes.
Any more questions? Gary?
Joe?
Joe?
Joe.
Oh, sorry.
Joe.
I don't have my glasses on me.
I just want to say again, that I like you saying about we're going to have a multiple visits or something, because it's such, I hadn't thought about that. So even when they're going, because I have no problem recruiting, my problem is closing or getting them to come here. So I get a lot of people, then they get cold feet. So with that, you'll see me again, because then when you get them, some of them don't want to sign because they don't know you, because everybody I've got is in cold market. So they say, okay, no problem. When are we going to, I already told you at the beginning we're going to have multiple visits, so when's your next appointment? So that was very good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yuli? Thank you, Joe. Yuli? You have a question?
I'm sure you, at some point you would talk about a company as a credibility.
When you do one page, can you show me how do you sell the credibility of our company and, how do you sell yourself?
I don't sell.
I mean,
I don't talk about WFG or Transamerica.
oh, you don't?
No. I said we're WFG company Transamerica, then I go straight to the financial independence.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Me, like the first circle, right?
Mhm.
Like the
WFG.
utilities, the taxes, then the
Oh.
debt.
right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. That side. So right before I go to this one, I write Transamerica. So I say, Yuling, do you know Transamerica?
Yeah, I know the
Have you heard of
building.
Transamerica?
I recognize that building.
Oh, that's great. Did you know that Transamerica has been in the industry for 120 plus years?
Wow, no, I didn't.
Right? Did you know that Transamerica, the mother company, is Aegon?
Aegon?
Yep.
What? I actually never heard about Aegon.
That's great. Maybe that's the reason why we meet. So Aegon is one of the company that's too big to fail. You know there's only 9 companies in the world that's too big to fail, and Aegon is one of them.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Then I proceed to, as a company, we believe that financial education, blah, blah, blah.
Wilmer, can you show us how do you compliment your prospect? Compliment me. Like we just met in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have, I have 2 guests here. Oh my.
It's okay. I can sit here. No. Because I was in San Francisco, and then after he speak a few words to compliment his prospect, I melt.
I have 3 guests today, all cold prospects. So my one guest, he works at Coach. So I was shopping with Joanne, my team member. So I was looking for a bag. And he was like talking, like, hey, like, he was like, oh my God, like, I was like talking, hey, do you have like a really, really good briefcase for a businessman? Then he started like talking, blah, blah, blah. Then I said like, oh my God, how long have you been working here? You're so good. Then he started like talking about himself, like, I used to live in Stockton, I used to work at a bank, right? So I'm like, that's really, really good. So I got really excited. He works at a bank finance, right? But I don't show it. Calm. Calm down, right? So I just like, oh my God, that's very good. So how long have you lived in the area? Then he told me, like, I just moved from Stockton. Oh my God. So the reason actually that I'm here is I'm actually expanding my business in Milpitas area, even though I don't have office in Milpitas, right? Yeah, but I don't have one yet, right? So I was like, oh, the reason actually that I'm here is I'm expanding my business in Milpitas. I'm really impressed by the way you talk to me, and I always believe that customer service is very important. I think you'll be good at my business, but I don't know yet. That's why we need to meet. What's your phone number? So it's my second time meeting him now. But you have to be genuine, okay?
You want to be complicated. Just working
And
out
you
in the
said
gym.
something like, oh, I'm very impressed by the way you carry yourself.
Oh, what?
You forgot? How do you EPR people you met?
Okay, so let's say I
Say you met me, you got my phone number, now you're inviting me.
okay, so let's say you're Ricky, okay?
Okay.
So okay, so I didn't text Ricky the whole day. I texted him the next day. Right? So what I did is, hey Ricky, it was really, really awesome talking to you yesterday. Unfortunately, I was really, really busy yesterday. And again, I was really impressed by the way you talk to me and how you treat me. And I really, really admire your customer service. And I genuinely want you to look at my business. And I don't want you to miss this opportunity. Then he said, okay, what is this business all about? Oh, so we basically teach people how to save money, possibly have an income, and we help manage retirement as well. So when are you free? Weekday or weekend? He said, weekday. Are you free in the morning or in the afternoon? Afternoon. Let me check my calendar real quick. Let me see if my calendar is open. I said, even though I don't have appointment that afternoon, right? So I say, oh, I'm actually free 2 p.m. next week. Are you open to meet? Sure. Then I gave him a tour at Milpitas office. Then he likes the one-page presentation. Then now he's here. He actually lived in San Jose, but he drove all the way to Pleasanton.
I love it.
Okay.
So
He was supposed to go to Milpita's office yesterday, but unfortunately, I have 2 guests in San Francisco, and I can't be in Milpita's. Right? Where is he? Is he out? Okay, so he was complaining of his leg pain yesterday. So I was going to leverage Joanne, but he said he's not comfortable meeting someone new. So I said, oh, I'm really, really, I really feel like your leg pain. I'm hoping you're doing okay. Unfortunately, I won't be able to come to Milpita's office because I have to attend to something urgent in San Francisco. I hope you understand. I'm actually free tomorrow, but I'm going to be in Pleasanton. Remember what I said, that I don't want you to miss this opportunity? It'll be awesome to see you there. So he was, where is he? Okay, still BPM, yeah? So, and he was like giving me like reason, and said, hey, Ricky, remember what I said to you, that you're very good? So I EPR him, like EPR, right? Remember what you like what I said, that you're very good, and you have a lot of potential, but potential is just a potential if you don't act upon it. So are you coming to Pleasanton or no? So he's here.
Very good.
That's your guy right there. He's like a proud parent.
Very good.
I have another question. So if you are like meeting your friend or the first person, like when you're trying to say about this, and suddenly they ask like, is it about anything about marketing or multi-level marketing or social networking? If they ask immediately that question, how you will be going to like answer or convince them?
So what's your name? Okay. Mahesh? Mahesh. Okay. Oh, Mahesh, you mentioned about marketing or networking. Have you been to one?
Yeah. Most, as of my friend circle, most of them know about Amway, which is like as a similar networking marketing.
Oh, okay. That's great. Was it a good experience for you or a bad experience?
A bad experience.
Oh, why is it? What makes it bad?
It's mostly about related to like getting new people joining, make them joining to the company and selling the products.
Oh, that's great. I totally understand how you feel because I'm like that too. Believe it or not, I'm very shy and I don't like talking to people. The reason why I want to meet with you one-on-one, for me to show you what I do. So if you see value with what I do, it's great. If you don't see value with what I do, maybe you know people that find value to what I do. So would it make sense for us to meet? Nothing to lose anyways, but opportunity and knowledge to gain. Does that make sense to you?
Makes sense, but I don't want to meet.
That's great. That's great, right? You don't want to meet. So I don't want to be too pushy, right? So I'd say, hey, this opportunity changed my life. I don't know what you do. You mentioned that you're an engineer. How long have you been an engineer?
12 years.
Do you see yourself doing that for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I love it.
That's great. You love what you do. But would you be open to opportunities for you to retire earlier than what you're expected?
Yeah, I like to do what I'm passionate about.
That's great. That's the reason we need to meet.
Yeah, it's very good.
So is afternoon better for you or?
It's very good talking to you, but maybe if I need maybe I will check with you later.
That's great. So like, believe it or not, I have like 10 cold prospect, right? 20. Not everyone will say yes to you. So it's all about numbers game.
I have a question. So somebody was trying to recruit me for their opportunity. It's an MLM. And I am also meeting them for my opportunity. They end up with a note saying, I know you're going to be very big in your business. You're very passionate about what you do. But I want to make my commitment to whatever I have committed now work for me. How do you handle that?
So she doesn't want to.
She just compliments me back.
Oh, then I'll wish her well too.
Yeah, that's what
I don't,
but
me, I really don't like begging.
yeah.
That's my business.
Yeah.
We're looking for people who are looking for us, right?
So I did answer this way. I told her, I'm so happy. Thanks for the compliment. And I'm sure you're going to do great. But you would know some friends who might be interested in saving or knowing about this business. remember, you can always count on me. I will refer you somebody who do not want to join me. Maybe they will do good with you, but you should be open to introduce me to your friends too. That's how I closed. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Building our business. So this is great. I love the one page. But we've been training. I've been training my team member, or we've been teaching the 4-page. That's a part of our system. The 4-page recruiting, the 5-page PFS, and then the 4-page Fast Start, right? We've been doing that for years. And now we do this. And then when we throw this out to the team member, would they be confused? Is it part of our system? Are we using this to replace the 4-page? How should we handle from now on going forward? Maybe 2 weeks later, Faith and Joanne and the team came up with another page that Penny fell in love. Then how do we manage this process?
Very good question. Right, I think we have been using a 4-page for the last, I would say maybe 10 years, at least 10 years. So it's not easy for me to change, because I know the minute you change, right, then the Salesforce will run again. So we tried this 1-pages for a while before I announced to everybody, right? So when it came to me, part of the reason why is because of I always believe that if I be very simple, I can recruit them. It can be duplicate, that will be better. So I actually get this approved by the company. And you know this is not a drawing, right? So for me, that if you can use 1 page to recruit, then you use 1 page. But if you can use 4-page, if you don't feel comfortable, usually any changing is actually difficult, right? So, but if a change for the good, then we will change. And it's not easy to convince after 2 weeks you present me something, especially a new people you present to me. I will not take it, because that you got to have a lot of recruiting number to convince me that this is good, right? So that then you have to be proven. Then we will use it. So far that I think that it actually have been very good. Also, we discussed about this with when I came up with this decision. I have Raja, right, and Jamie and whatever, and also at company level, we think that we need to simplify it, so that then I look at their presentation. They are a little bit simple also. So then I say, oh, let's try the simplicity, right? And honestly, it's not so much about the 4-page and 1-pages. Even half-page you can recruit. You know what I'm saying? Even I don't have to have pages, I can recruit. It's how fast I can duplicate, right? It's how fast I can duplicate. Everything you can close. It's sometimes that I go out, like I recruit somebody for hope by having lunch together. I talk design. You know what I'm saying? But that is not duplicatable. Make sense to you? So that then I would say, then I also try I also have, Dewey came out because that their recruit number has been very consistent. And then they come out, the trainer duplicate very, very fast. Right? And then when I, in fact, I like this a lot, is when I do this for Fast Start, because a lot of time also when we have a public seminar to recruit, to actually get people coming in, for them to come from learning to doing, it takes some time. And then if I do a Fast Start, I know how to convert them from learning to doing. But most of people cannot do it. So what I did is actually that I say that, well, that you can come in to learn, then I will talk about 1099 and W-2. Then I will show them all the taxes and everything. Right? And then I found that, so but by doing that, then they can learning from doing things, because I told them, what good is that learning if you do not know, because if you come in to become an agent, you can actually deduct a lot of taxes. So when they first came in, I like it because it's no longer me anymore, because I used to draw, right? Then I found that none of the people can actually duplicate for Fast Start. So when Faith present to me, and I say, I love it, because I love this for Fast Start also. Because if you come in, they say the financial education, right? Why they want to do financial education? Just for fun? Right? Oh, you have a, right? So you want to have financial education, that you need to become financially independent. The only thing that you can have this and buy this unless you have income. Then I can convert them into income a little bit faster. Make sense to you? Good?
It's okay.
Right. Did I answer your question? Right. So if you come to me tomorrow, I will not take your advice, because your recruit number is not high enough. Is that good?
All right, to close. Everyone.
Actually, one word I want to say is part of what we would like to do is duplicate as fast as possible. It was off? It was off. So, part of what, in order to build a business faster, we want to make that the duplication as fast as possible. So I taught this to my 12-year-old son and my 16-year-old daughter, and they were able to do the presentation. I have to meeting with their prospect this weekend, right? So, and what we want to do is use this, and we want to run the system. The system is 117. You guys know what 117 is? Okay, so 117 is the key to our business. Get one recruit, and from the one recruit, we walk them through, and then show them ownership, so they own the product. They have one sale, do it within a week. When you do 117, you unlock your business.
Who knows what's coming? Oh wow, it's really loud. Sorry. Who knows what's coming up this Saturday?
Elite.
Elite Circle is the first. Okay, so who's already registered and qualified to go? So that's not even half the room. So who's here to make money? Like, want to make money? Okay, that's a lot of people, but that's not a lot of people who raise their hand going to Elite Circle. So that's a problem. If you want to do this business, you want to make money here, you have to go to Elite Circle. You know, I made the most money in this business during Elite Circle time. Elite Circle is a chance. It's where you go and you learn from people who make $500,000, $2 million, $4 million. You want to surround yourself in this environment. You want these people to teach you and bring you up to their level, right? So go to Elite Circle to give yourself a chance to use your God-given potential and bring it out. That's what Elite Circle will do for you. Question? Elite Circle, what time does it start?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Repeat this.
2 to 8 p.m.
Repeat this, MC Suite.
2 to 8 p.m. Did you go to convention? Las Vegas convention? So the training, it might sound long, right? But honestly, when you're sitting there and you're learning and these leaders are pouring into you and pouring into you and pouring into you, the time goes by really fast. You won't even notice it. You come here first, you go down to Milpitas' office. Hey, if you want to make new money, you got to be a new you, right? So you got to do new things. You got to do something different, right? So the Elite Circle, I'm telling you, I made the most. Elite Circle is when I quit my job. Like, that's when I made the most money. This is how important Elite Circle is. If you want a chance at matching your income and being able to quit your job and giving yourself options in life, you should be at Elite Circle on Saturday, without a doubt, right? So can we all go qualify at least? Oh, this Saturday, can we all go for $20 or?
Yeah.
Okay, so luckily, for the first class, Penny graciously offers it to everyone, even if you did not qualify. You know, usually you have to qualify to get into elite school, but for the first class, it's going to be open for everyone. So don't miss out on this precious opportunity to learn for the best of the best. All right? I think that's it for, all right, have a good night, everyone.
Qualify for Elite.
Yes, qualify.